Hello, interwebs! Today on Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, you're red zoning.
Oh. Alright.
I could just stop it if we can do it.
No, we can edit this out.
Or we can just keep it.
Keep it
Might
going.
be kind of funny.
Keep it going. Anyway, so we're Critical Failures. We're here to talk to you guys. My name is Matthew Thompson.
I'm Joseph Garcia.
And I'm Jared.
Just Jared.
Yep. The last name.
Artist formerly known as.
All right, so we are Critical Failures. We do the Full Metal Alchemist Abridged for the TIBA contest, and there's actually been some really cool news about that lately. They just started the fan voting, and they've listed, I think it was 75.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was 75, okay.
Which is pretty crazy because there was 400 entries or something from what I counted on YouTube.
I think there was over 500 because some people didn't upload theirs to YouTube.
Yeah, what I think a huge chunk of them didn't actually get it submitted properly, which is why they didn't get in. But
that's probably it.
Yeah,
Anywho.
none of the Brotherhood Abridged got in.
Yeah, so what this was is it was a list of 75 videos, so I'm assuming it's kind of like the top 75 that you can vote between. Now, there is write-in votes and stuff too, but they had to choose the ones that they put on there for a reason. Like, they have to be like the top 75. And we were on there, so we made essentially the top 75.
Woohoo!
Yeah, which is legitimately awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is we really couldn't have done that without you guys' support. You know, we really appreciate this. This is like a big achievement for us, and we're super happy about this. If you guys want to vote for us, the voting is open.
There'll be a link in the description.
There'll be a link in the description, so just follow it down there, and you can vote for us. Obviously, we're the Full Metal Alchemist Abridged.
Yeah.
You check out the episode if you haven't yet. I'm sure you have, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But if you haven't, be sure to check out the episode.
So you're looking at the mic when you talk. Are you talking? Is the audience inside of here?
The audience is inside of the microphone. It's they just, can't you see them? This
like
is
a
the
little,
world.
It's like a little world.
It's the world. Do you see Men in Black, how like the galaxy is on the cat's little necklace thing? The world is inside this globe.
Okay.
So should we talk about episode 2 then? Because we did update you guys on episode 2, but we needless to say made more progress since then.
We expect it to be out this week.
Yeah. Done.
All right. Well, I guess we got to live up to that now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing really good. We're taking a little extra time to work on it. I guess we're actually pretty on schedule now that I think about it.
Yeah, because in the other announcement I was like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to play it safe, and it's 2 to 3 months now. So
yeah, we've been bringing in some new voice actors to voice some of the characters, and so getting people's schedules to match up has been taking some time. But I think it's going to be worth it when you're going to hear more people than just the 3 of us and 1 or 2 assistants, you know? So, yeah it's going to be really nice.
In other news, we want to do a little bit of some comic news and some other media news because we decided to talk about that in the other update that we did. So
yeah,
let's do that.
You know, let's get right into that. It's time to celebrate, so let's have some fun. All right. So I suppose the first thing that we need to talk about is just everything that's going on right now. We are a anime abridging place, and one of the biggest animes of all time is Pokemon. And one of the biggest fads right now is Pokemon Go.
Team Instinct all the way.
Yeah, I'm Team Instinct too.
Are you switching to Mystic?
You're
like,
Team
like
Instinct.
everyone else?
I'm Instinct, aren't I?
You're Instinct.
Yeah, okay. I've been out of the loop on Pokemon.
Yeah, because you...
the Pokemans.
The
Pokemans.
You deleted the app, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm over it. It's not a Pokemon game.
That's true. You need to be able to battle people for it to be a true Pokemon game, in my opinion.
Well, you can battle people. You can battle people at the gym. You just can't, like, battle
They're
your friends
NPCs
and
of
stuff.
the...
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah.
You're battling their Pokemon, not really them.
Right.
That kind of... To me, it defeats the purpose.
I don't know. I played the beta, so I'm in month 3 of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, you and I both got to play the beta. So when the game came out, we were kind of over it at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, I felt, like, super far behind everybody because the first week it was out, I was not, like, going...
Yeah, we didn't participate in the rush.
Yeah.
To get to the gyms.
I downloaded it for a week, but at that time I was
also,
super
Pokemon
busy,
Go
so.
players are turning into pests.
Yeah.
Like we actually,
they're in our house.
We're red zoning, but anyways,
Backup later.
yeah. I think a good business that you could make would be Pokemon Go player removal services.
Yeah. Because
So-
random people have been showing up around my house constantly. I guess like I live near like a
and I
gym
think
or something.
so. I'm going to a community college right now, and there's like 2 or 3 Pokestops and 2 gyms around my college right now.
I owned one of
And
those gyms for a while.
these people are going there at night. I heard from the maintenance staff that there was like 60 people at the gym at the roundabout by my school, and I left my bike at school overnight, and I'm pretty sure Pokemon Go players stole my bike trying to roleplay Ash Ketchum or something.
That'd be hilarious.
Well, Professor Oak can't get on to you for riding the bike in real life.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm not Misty, and I'm not going to follow these people around to get my bike back.
But the reason it's so popular, I mean, it's been popular for a while, but right now it's really in the news is because Pokemon Go Plus just came out like 2 or 3 days ago.
What is that exactly? I'm kind of I stopped for a little while, so I'm kind of out of loop.
So it's like kind of like a smartwatch thing. You put it on your wrist.
It's more like those things that they used that came with the DS Pokemon games for hatching eggs.
What?
So
Didn't that was a thing? The
Yeah.
circle watches. It's almost exactly the same thing.
So you wear it around and it'll vibrate and blink when either there's a Pokemon nearby you or there's a gym nearby you.
Huh.
If the Pokemon's nearby you, you press the button and it will tell you if you caught the Pokemon or not. Then you have to go to your phone to see what Pokemon
That's
it was.
extremely autopilot in my opinion.
It's dumb.
It's a Game Shark, is what it is.
Okay.
It's a gimmick. That's what it is.
But what the real problem with this is it's rewarding people who have more money, which I know
Yeah.
games do
Well,
that.
how much
all
are
the
they
time.
charging?
I don't think it's much. I think
Hey,
it's
we
like
have the power of
$100.
Google.
But basically, if you could afford to buy one of these,
How much is Pokemon Go Plus?
you really have to use voice one right when we're recording.
According to Eurogamer, the Pokemon Go Plus is priced at £34.99 with free delivery in the UK.
That doesn't help me.
Nintendo Zone official
So
merchandise
34
like-
pounds is like
It's
like
pound-
$13.
$13. It's $13.
Okay, what? That doesn't sound right. Oh,
It's
anyway.
$13.
Anyway, no matter the price, the thing is if you could buy one of these, you could press the button and you could catch Pokemon a whole lot
Oh, wait.
faster than other people
Never
can.
mind. You're right.
Like
It's
$80.
it's $13 for the Pokéwear Shield. So it's like a
So the wristband, basically.
it's a sticker that you put on it.
What?
Okay. The actual device is going for $150 on eBay because it's sold out at every
Right.
store. You can also get Pokemon Go bikinis apparently on Etsy for $40.
That's totally related to what we're talking about.
Well, that's just here. I'm looking at Pokemon Go Plus, and it's showing me
Nice.
bikinis.
Nice.
But basically, you can cheat and get more Pokemon and get all these things by pressing a button where other people have to actually like play the game. Not that the game's hard, but
No, but
It's
it is
hardly a game.
It's hardly a game.
But
But
pressing one button is hardly a game.
yeah, I mean, I'm still playing Pokemon Go legitimately. I'm not super into it, but I am still playing it.
Yeah, you like go to the waterfront and try to get as much
Magikarp.
Magikarp
Yeah.
so you can get a Gyarados.
Yeah, eventually I'll get that. But yeah, so I mean, this just kind of seems like a way to have people who pay more money to get a cheat
No,
ahead.
it's actually just a cash grab
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
gimmick, but
it's kind of the whole point.
you know it might help keep people from walking off cliffs while they're playing this because I heard someone walked off a cliff.
What?
Well,
But
you
you
got
know,
stupid people everywhere. Things like that are going to happen.
people are getting
Yeah.
mugged.
But how many people are playing this? Is something like 50 million people? Like,
Way
because
too
it's
many.
last time I checked, it was 22 million downloads from the Google Play Store, and then 21 from Apple. So that's 43.
Okay.
So, and that was a few months ago. So it's got to be more than that now. So let's say 50 million.
That's
Retail price is
Crazy.
actually 35.
Okay. So if 50 million people are playing this, you're gonna have some people who do stupid stuff, just mathematically speaking. And of course, people want to spread that agenda because it's popular.
So with that in mind, Pokemon Go is kind of turning into this thing where you can just kind of autoplay That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but there has been some good news lately. Have you guys heard about the Harley Quinn movie?
Oh yeah, the standalone thing, what she's doing, or the spinoff, or
Yeah, it's a standalone spinoff kind of thing.
interesting.
So Margot Robbie, who played Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie, did just sign a deal to play Harley Quinn in a standalone movie. Now, there's been some rumors for a while that what it's going to be is it's like Harley's Wild Night is going to be Harley running around and running into a bunch of female DC characters and interacting with them. I'm not sure if that's what the movie's going to end up being, but that was a rumor for like a hot minute.
Huh.
I heard they're dumping Jared Leto as Joker.
Yeah, that
Really?
that happened. Yeah, Zach from our band, we're also in a band. Zach was telling me that yesterday.
Really?
That Jared Leto is gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how true this is. I didn't look it up, but
Right.
this is what I was told.
That's amazing. Like, I wouldn't say that's amazing, but that's just like shocking to me. Because usually when they have like one Joker, he's in it for like the rest of the series until they make a new movie universe.
Did you see Suicide Squad, Joseph?
I saw snippets here and there, and I decided just money wise at the time because I had just seen The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
And The Killing Joke was an okay movie, but with DC movies currently, because I saw Batman v Superman, I saw Man of Steel, and those movies were kind of meh. So I decided to wait and see what the opinions were of other people like you guys, and you guys said about a B range. So I decided to just maybe not wait until it comes out and then I'll rent it.
Yeah, I felt that Suicide Squad was a pretty terrible adaptation of the comics, but as a standalone movie, it was pretty good.
So the rest of the DC movies.
No.
Hopefully they do a costume change for
Harley Quinn. Yeah, well,
Margot Robbie's producing it, so maybe.
Oh, so that'll probably work out well then. But one of the good things about the movie was Margot Robbie, for the most part, did good as Harley Quinn. I have a few complaints. Like her accent kind of came and went a lot. But what did you think of Margot Robbie in the movie?
I just hated the character design. Like the costume was garbage.
Yeah, I think I just saw the promotional stuff.
Like she even pulls out like the jester outfit,
Yeah.
and then tosses it to the side in the movie.
She also pulls out her New 52 costume and her Arkham City, I think. No, Arkham Asylum.
The two costumes that are awesome. Oh man, I probably would have just went over and I would have saw the movie.
I think the reason they went
that.
with the design that they went with is because they could sell shirts of it.
Yeah, the Daddy's Little Monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
So like
a lot of those
that
shirts
with like blood spatter on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're actually changing a lot of the characters' costumes anyway. There's the new Batman tactical suit that got released a couple days ago.
That looked sick. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Batflick, as he's now called.
Now they've been calling him that since the beginning.
Well, yeah, but anyways, I wasn't a huge fan of that because to me it just looked kind of like a gray jumpsuit that he kind of just threw on, and it looked a little mismatched.
This is for the Justice League movie or something.
Yeah. It looks muscly. Like it looks more akin to
It looks like Owlman from
Night Owl.
Night Owl from Watchmen.
Yeah.
But it looks closer to what was that? What was I gonna say? To the comics or to the other movies?
The Chris Nolan movies?
Yes, the Chris Nolan movies. And I kind of liked that costume. It was a little too tactical and a little too like platey for me.
Yeah.
But this one looks a little bit better than that.
I like it. I don't love it because it does look, like you said, it looks like Night Owl from particularly the shape of the helmet and the weird goggle things. Those are my biggest kind of turnoffs.
That's like, it's kind of Spider-Man-y.
It does look kind of Spider-Man-y. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good, but I'm not like super sold on it.
Well, we're on the topic of costumes. Did you guys see the Cyborg and Flash costumes?
Yeah, those aren't going to be their main costumes. I don't think.
Good, because like the Cyborg one, it enveloped his like total like left side of his face.
Yeah, it's a full mask. It's a
full mask.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a full mask. So you can see his eyes there, but both sides of his face are covered.
That's weird.
I think what it is.
Or do you think they might put in Grid from like the New 52 comics? That might be really cool if that's the villain.
They could be, the villain is going to be
For like they might do small
Steppenwolf,
villains.
but
Steppenwolf, like Darkseid's son.
Well, he's not Darkseid, so he's like his general.
Oh yeah.
But what the costumes are going to be, I think, is the Flash came from the future in Batman v Superman, and kind of they like
I have huge problems with that. But anyways,
we all know what I'm talking about. Spoilers for Batman v Superman.
After the fact.
After the fact, yeah. But I think this is supposed to be like that timeline's costume.
Oh.
Because these aren't their normal costumes that were in the trailer. So I think these are the Apocalypse Battle timeline costumes. Because the Flash has the full helmet too, which in that flashback, or that when he travels through time.
Wouldn't armor actually not help him? Because
yeah, that's more of like Injustice
like
costume. That's like more of like the Injustice fighting game costume.
Because like I feel like his suit would just fall apart
when he starts running really fast, just having just
the cloth
vibrates.
The cloth or the armor.
Armor.
Well, because I think it's supposed to be like kind of like an airplane, you know, that goes at Mach speed. Like it's supposed to be designed like that. I think is what their idea is for the armor.
I don't know, man. I think
like this is what I'm concerned.
Like the elbows moving back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a problem if
friction.
you ran. I mean, I wouldn't run in a full plate of armor.
Yeah.
It's got to slow him down. If it doesn't slow him down, we'll be pissed off.
Well, he's so fast. If it slows him down by 100 miles an hour, that's not going to make much of a difference.
Yeah.
Still, but it still should slow him down.
Yeah. But with all these movies, because I mean, there's a ton of superhero movies coming out, as we all know. I mean, we've got Doctor Strange, we got the Justice League, we got Wonder Woman, but there's also a lot of a live action adaptation of anime movies coming out too.
Me and Jared are kind of concerned about that.
Like Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell. There's a Full Metal Alchemist one, but that's actually Japanese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be a little bit... Well, the Attack on Titan movie.
True.
Wait, there's an Attack on Titan movie coming out?
That came out and it tanked.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well...
They tried to make it like an art.
I've never seen a good live-action anime adaptation.
I have, like the Death Note movies.
But that came out before the anime, though.
It did come out before the anime.
Yeah.
And it did influence a lot of things. But that was a pretty good adaptation of the serial manga, in my opinion. So maybe they just need to do it after the manga, not the...
Adapt from the manga, not from the anime.
Exactly.
Well, there's the Ghost in the Shell movie that's going to be American, but there's also a Death Note Netflix series coming out.
Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about that because they changed Light's last name instead of Yagami. I mean, I know he's not supposed to be Japanese, but to me, like his name...
What is it, Smith?
It's like Turner or
Turner,
something.
like something super plain. The whole point of his last name, that's actually my main problem with a lot of different adaptations. You have these really cool stories where there's a lot of subtleties and a lot of hints. Like Light's last name is Yagami. The last character in Yagami in the Japanese language means God, like Shinigami, God of Death. And so when you change it to a different language, you kind of have to realize those subtleties. So you would change his last name to like Daniel, like the Spear of God or something like that. Something that has a meaning that kind of means something close.
Right.
So that's my huge problem with live actions is that usually they miss the really cool subtleties that really make the anime or the manga really worth the read or the watch.
Well, I mean, we look at the actor who's playing L, for example. Now, they changed the race and everything, which we could talk about that all day, but ultimately get nowhere. But the thing is this guy looks kind of cool, and he also looks way too old to be L.
He is the same age, but he just looked older.
He looks older, and L looks younger.
Yeah. L looks like he's supposed to be 16, and he does not look cool. He looks like he's been in a basement for 17 years of his life, wearing the plainest of clothes. This guy looks cool.
And one of the things, which might be controversial, but I always felt that L was autistic.
Autistic?
Like that's the reason why he's able to do so many of the things he does. This guy, and I'm just basing this solely off, the pictures that I've seen.
Yeah.
But I just don't get that from him. He seems too suave, maybe?
A little bit too, like, sophisticated and cool.
Yeah.
I could see him being, like one of the, a really cool genius. I don't know, like, good...
Like Tony Stark or something?
Yeah, like a Tony Stark. I could see him, like, being, like, a dapper genius. But I don't get that from this guy, and that kind of disappoints me.
Yeah. Well... I know, like, when you take in a Japanese thing, like you said, and bring it over to America, a lot of the subtleties are lost. Jared, I know you are totally a sub guy. You don't like watching anime dubbed because you say that you lose that.
Yeah, you don't get what the actual director intended. You get an Americanized kind of
version of what he was doing is like localized instead.
But if you don't understand Japanese culture, you just probably would watch an anime and just think it's weird.
Yeah, like
so I get it's some people need it, some people need localization, but
like a good
I feel like if you're watching a foreign film, you don't. It's like what's a good example of a foreign film that was pretty big? What was that one? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, that's a good one.
You don't watch that in English.
No.
I mean, they made an adaptation for English, but like if you're watching the first movie, you watch it in the original language.
Yeah, a really good example of that for me at least is like Fooly Cooly. You got the main character always sucking on these like yogurt packs, and that to Japanese culture, that's like supposed to be something really, really weird. So they kind of they can never like really explain that in the English version, so they kind of miss that.
Well, they're doing a Fooly Cooly season 2 finally, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. When did that? Yeah, they just came out. Like, was it last week or was it like a couple days ago?
I'm not entirely sure when it was that it was announced. I to be honest, I'm just now in the middle of watching Fooly Cooly for the first time. I've not seen Fooly Cooly before. I'm 3 episodes in, I think.
Yeah, you only got 3 left.
So I'm halfway in.
Yeah.
So far the anime it's really interesting. I'm usually a dubbed guy.
Yeah.
But this one I really had to watch it sub. The dub does not do it justice.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because the audio quality is really bad and the acting isn't super great. Which we'll get probably some commenters.
Yeah, no, I mean,
about that. Some people
each
really
their
like.
own.
I personally disagree, but that's just.
I'm fine with Haruko's voice.
What is that?
That sounds like somebody doing water. Sorry. that was our maid, our secretary, actually. Sorry, She doesn't like us when we call her our maid. That was our secretary. But it is interesting though. A lot of the things that they do with Fooly Cooly that don't translate over, but I'm not really too sure like what they're doing with the second season, if he's supposed to be an adult or because it sounds like they released like I think it was a trailer, but it could have been fan made.
It was kind of like adult version of him.
Yeah, it sounded like an adult version of the character.
I actually think that's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
But I guess the last thing that's really in the news right now, or at least the last thing I can think of, is Joe Manganiello was actually
Deathstroke.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Joe Manganiello got casted as Deathstroke. So for those of you guys who don't know the Manganiello himself, he is an actor that's been around for a really long time. He actually played Flash Thompson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
Little known fact, he was casted as Spider-Man first before Tobey Maguire.
Really?
And then they fired him and then gave him the Flash Thompson role as a consolation prize. He was also in the male stripper movies.
Oh, yeah. Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. Yeah, that's what it was called. He was in Magic Mike. He played Brad on How I Met Your Mother. But anyway, you guys can look him up. He's got an IMDb page. What do you guys think?
I personally think that he's a little too young. I think he has the right body type. I think his
Well, are they
physique
doing
is right.
makeup?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll make his hair gray and stuff.
Yeah, but still, I think he's just a little too youthful. I haven't really seen him in any villain roles besides Flash Thompson, so I can't really like gauge whether he'll be like a good fit or not. I think he's a good enough actor. I've seen him in True Blood a couple times.
Yeah, he was in True Blood, wasn't he?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the show, but I did see him a couple times just here and there for like 2 minutes, and that he was pretty good in that. But I think with his physique and if the right direction, he could be a really good Deathstroke.
He released a picture where he's got like the goatee and he's got like a military style haircut, so they could totally make that gray. And you know, he's supposed to look super young. Deathstroke is. He's supposed to be old but look
young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason why
It looks kind of like the Australian version of Slade Wilson.
The one in the Arrow.
On the Arrow show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy from Arrow. He's showing us a picture. The thing about Joe Manganiello is he has been wanting to be a superhero all his life. He actually, the reason he's so buff, he said, is because he wanted to play a superhero and he started working out to be a superhero.
That's actually hilarious because that's like my main motivation for trying to work out.
No, me too.
But
Totally.
That's awesome. I really hope he does a really good job then because I want to see him in that now.
And like I said, he was casted as Spider-Man and it screwed him over. He was also, when it came down to Superman, it was between him and Henry Cavill, and they gave it to Henry Cavill. So
Really?
it was two superheroes that he almost got.
Dang.
And the funny story is like when he was a little kid, his family didn't hardly have any money, and he was too afraid to ask his parents for money for comics.
Right.
So he would steal comics from the comic store.
Wow.
And when he was an adult, after doing whatever his first like big project was,
He paid all of the money.
no, he went back and he brought all the comics to them. He's like, sorry. And of course now like a lot of them were worth a lot of money because they were older comics.
Right.
He did buy like 2 or 3 of them from him. Be like, I'm keeping these. Here's $50 or whatever. But he seems to be a real stand-up guy. He really wants to be a superhero. I think that this is a fantastic casting choice just because I want him to succeed, not because I necessarily think that he looks just like the character or anything.
Right.
But I mean, I think that's you only know Slade Wilson, Deathstroke from the Teen Titans show, right?
Yeah.
So you have a very limited view of the character, and you don't know a ton about Joe Manganiello either. What do you think based on the pictures that you've seen?
It's fine.
You think it's fine?
Yep.
Do you think it's a little too armory or just like
The costume?
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, and that's, I guess, what it boils down to ultimately. Is it
Most of the people that are going to watch the show aren't super heavy into the lore, the comics, or anything, so no one's going to care, except for people that are into the source material.
Like me and Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a good point. So really the last thing I want to touch on, and I mean, you guys can kind of chime in on this too if you want, but this is a question that I got thrown up in one of the videos is how to start acting, how to become a voice actor, how to get to the next level with the acting industry, the film industry. The way I view it, just to give a little, wait, actually, let me go back a step. Let me give a little bit of my history when it comes to acting to maybe give myself more credibility.
Yeah. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, probably a good idea, right? And so you know me more than just an internet video. When I was 7 years old, there was this contest that came to... I'm from Hawaii, originally. There was this contest with a guy from some soap opera. He came to town and he was like, win a part on this soap opera. You have to go on stage and do a monologue and whatever. All my friends were doing it. I really wasn't that interested. I entered the contest and I actually won, but the whole thing was a scam. But through that, I got an agent. I started taking acting classes. And eventually, I got to actually study under an Academy Award-winning director. Cameron Crowe was his name. He did Jerry Maguire is what he won the Oscar for.
Is he more of a raven?
He's more of a raven, really. That was from BoJack Horseman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I also got to study under Wayne Ward, who was in the original Hawaii Five-0 show. and a bunch of other people. I had a few bit parts on the television show Lost.
So bottom line is become a child actor.
No. I'm just showing my credibility, so that way people aren't just like, oh, that one guy who did that one internet video and that's it.
Yeah.
And I have done voice acting too. I've actually gotten to work with Todd Haberkorn and a bunch of bigger name actors.
Weren't you in Voltor too?
Yeah, I was. That won best film at a film festival, the Hawaii International Film Festival, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a fantastic project to work on. But with that, so that's my background. So I kind of view acting in different stages. You've got the wishers. Those are the people who want to be an actor, but aren't gonna do anything. They're just like, it'd be something cool to do, but I'm not gonna pursue it. And that's fine. The next step, maybe this name might sound harsh, because I don't mean it to, this is just what I call it, is the wannabe stage. The reason why I call it that is you not like, oh, you're a wannabe, but it's like you want to be an actor. You're trying to follow through on it. And when you're in that stage, you have two different types of people. You have the people who look at it very unrealistically, the people who are like, I could totally be an actor. I don't need to study. I don't need to do this. I could totally be an actor. I just got to get my big break. And then you have
the ego guys.
The ego guys, right? And then you have the people who are like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to get into this.
Right.
And that's where I think most of you guys are. Above that, you have what I call the professional actors. You've done a lot of projects. You've been paid for multiple projects. You either have your SAG card or you're about to get it.
SAG is Screen Actors Guild, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, it's the actors union, basically. That's the level I consider myself in. Well, that's the level I am in. I don't even need to say consider myself. The next one would be a career actor. That's where your only job is acting. Then you've got movie stars and so on and so forth, right? Oscar winners, whatever. So I think most of you guys are probably in the wannabe or the professional actor stage. So I'm going to talk to the people in the wannabe stage. If you really want to be an actor and you don't know how to start, what you really need to do is look around your community. Where could films possibly come from? Is it coming from the local colleges? A lot of college students have films.
Yeah.
There's a lot of acting classes, etc., etc. People want to be voice actors in our line, I feel, because they know anime. They want to be part of anime. They go to cons and all they see is Sonny Strait and Tiffany Grant and Johnny Young Bosch and all these people. And so they just, oh man, I love anime. I want to be in anime. If you want it to be in it just because you want to be in anime,
we're probably not going to hire you. You have to have some type of acting experience. You could be in a musical. You could have to be in anything basically, but it has to be scripted what you were in, so you can follow direction.
Getting experience is a huge thing, but just being a voice actor or just being an actor because you love anime, it's not going to fly, frankly. What you need to do to be a voice actor or to be an actor is literally this. This is the biggest secret I can give you guys. Be an actor. Acting is the acting industry, the film industry. There are 5 million bazillion people who want to be in this industry. It is so overcrowded right now that people who aren't 100% passionate about it, people who aren't willing to put everything they've got into it, are frankly not going to succeed 9 times out of 10. If you want to be a voice actor, if you really want to be an actor, it's who you are. You have to be an actor. And for those of you who are like, well, I just don't know where to start, this is who I am, this is who I want to be. Like I said, look around your community, see what types of people are doing it, see where you can get jobs from, but take classes. There's always acting classes around, whether it be at the local colleges, whether it be at the YMCA, there are always acting classes around.
Go over and try to be a drama, like anything in drama.
Yeah. I also think this, I don't really have credibility because I don't have any acting experience, but I think if all else fails, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, if all else fails, just make your own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. We live in the time period of the internet.
The 21st century.
We live in the 21st century. We live in current year.
There's flying cars,
2016.
robot butlers, and all the works. We've got cyborgs walking around. This is
This is the future.
All of these things actually exist.
Yeah.
They're just not commodified.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just the other day, I was actually like flipping around, just trying to find an odd job right before I got hired at my new job, and I actually saw a voice acting thing, and I was like, well, I would do it, but I don't think that would be right of me to do it because I'm just not an actor to my core. I'm a sound designer. That's how I view myself. So for me, it's like taking a job away from somebody who actually wants to do that. So even just look on Craigslist. You could probably find something in odd jobs where
Just be careful there.
Yeah. No, seriously. Be careful.
Take a friend.
Just because someone's looking for actors
doesn't mean just like show up.
you might show up and they might ask you to take your clothes off.
Yeah, so just bring friends. Make sure to not do anything you're not comfortable with. That whole thing. But seriously, just look around on the internet.
Look around on the internet. Like you said, make your own stuff. But there are also tons of websites or YouTube pages or even Facebook groups for actor communities.
Also, check out I want to be a voiceactor.com.
I want to be a voiceactor.com is one of the best voice acting training you can go through. It is well worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and they charge you literally nothing for it. It is a free course. So that would be a huge one to do. But also the reason why taking classes, that's a great class, it is. But the reason why taking classes is so important is you will meet people through taking classes. You will meet directors. You will meet producers. You will meet other people in your community who will call you if they find something.
I actually heard a good quote the other day. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know to apply what you know.
Yeah.
I like that. Mic drop.
But it's true. It's how the world works, unfortunately.
It is how the world works.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're doing, but you also have to have the connections in order to do it.
Yeah, like for instance, this whole YouTube channel probably wouldn't have started if I didn't know you, Matthew, or if I didn't know you, Jarrett. You guys are the video editor and the main actor and directors of this whole entire thing, in my opinion. I mean, we all take turns as that, but you guys have the primary experience with that, and just because I knew you, I was able to try to help make this thing that I've wanted to do a reality. So, just network.
Yeah. So, and never, here's another thing when it comes to exactly the point you made. Don't hide what you're into. So many people, I have a friend who will not be named, but who wants to be an actor and wants to be an animation director, but he will not tell people that he likes anime because it embarrasses him. Be open to what you're into. Our current band, which I talked a little bit about the band earlier, would not have started if I didn't tell Jared and Joseph that I was into music. If you hide what you're into, you're not going to meet people who are into it as well. Take lessons, meet people, be trained, be an actor.
If you're an introvert, pretend to be an extrovert. It's really good training.
It kind of is. Yeah, that's a good training. But also be yourself. I mean, be you, but be the best version of you. I think that kind of...
Put some cheese on here.
Just put some cheese and bacon on your shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're pushing 40 minutes, so we should try to wrap things up here.
Yeah, I think that kind of sums everything up. So I hope that answered your questions. If you guys have any more questions on how to become an actor or how to become a voice actor, leave them in the comments, and we will try our best to get back with you. We can't make any promises, of course, but we will try our best to get back with you. Check out episode 1 of Full Metal Alchemist Abridged. Vote for us in the contest if you'd like to. Episode 2 will be out very soon. And keep on rocking on.
Yep. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. All this.
And share a lot.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to see more content like this, let us know in the comments, and we'll try to get more of this out to you.
Yeah, and let us know what you want us to do. If you want to see us play board games or D&D. I don't play tabletop games. If you want to see me play a tabletop game, let us know. All right, guys. Good night.
Peace.